Today, you can be a hero. 4 years ago, my life and the life of my family changed forever. My only sister, her husband, and her 2 girls moved from Georgia to Indiana. It was one summer, sunny afternoon, and my sister was fixing dinner for her family. My brother-in-law, John, comes home from work, and Denine's in the kitchen fixing dinner. He said he didn't feel well. So she told him to go ahead, go change clothes and lay down, take a nap, just rest. So he decided to do that. He goes to the back and changes his clothes and lies down and rests, and in a few minutes Denine begins to call him for dinner, and there was no answer. Denine started down the hallway, and when she got closer to the bedroom, she kept hearing a strange noise coming from the room. She rushed to John's side, trying to wake him, and she noticed he was not breathing. She immediately called 911 as she was trying to wake John, and the 911 operator told her to begin chest compressions. But my sister's response was, how and where? Denine did the best that she could. She began the chest compressions on John, but what she didn't realize, that every time she pressed on John's chest, because he was laying on the mattress, his whole body would give, and that just didn't do very much good. The EMTs finally arrived, and they had to shock John's heart 5 times with a defibrillator, an AED machine, to finally get a pulse. John was transported to a local hospital, and there he survived for 2 weeks on life support, until my sister had to make a very difficult decision. So my brother-in-law, John, died at 46 from a massive heart attack in his own home. This is important for you to know the symptoms, the signs, and for you to be ready to take action. Because you could be the one person that could save somebody's life today. This afternoon, I'm going to discuss the Americans' problem with heart disease. I'm going to discuss the more individuals that are trained, the more lives that can be saved. And if you are trained, you can save a life. Today I want to impress upon you the urgency of knowing CPR. And the urgency is because America has a problem with heart disease. This disease causes thousands of deaths every year. There's an article, Vital Signs, in the Mortality Weekly Report that states 715,000 heart attacks take place in America every year. And we need to understand that there is a difference between a heart attack and cardiac arrest. A heart attack takes place over several minutes, and a cardiac arrest is sudden, it's immediate. The SCA, or the Sudden Cardiac Arrest Foundation, provided this statistic. 350,000 of all ages experience sudden cardiac arrest. And only a small portion of the American population recognizes the signs, and they know how to save a victim's life suffering from a heart attack or cardiac arrest. Again, according to the Mortality Weekly Report, 1/4 of all heart disease deaths are avoidable. Heart disease victims can survive if they have immediate attention, CPR, within the first 3 to 5 minutes. So why should you get involved? Immediate treatment can reduce the damage to the heart, and the more individuals with CPR training, the more lives that can be saved. The SCA Foundation also reported that 1/3 of the heart victims only receive bystander CPR. According to the Heart Association, 70% of Americans feel helpless in a cardiac emergency. Many people don't react because they don't feel confident, because they're not trained, or their certification has expired. Out of the thousands of cardiac victims, 88% of attacks happen in your home. So why should you learn CPR? Because the life that you save could be someone that you love. It could be a parent, a spouse, it could be a friend or a neighbor. And once you are trained in CPR, you can be confident that you can save a life. Looking back at John's story, if Deneen and John had recognized the symptoms, and if they had been prepared to take action, that story might have ended differently. 92% of sudden cardiac attack victims die before reaching the hospital. But statistics prove that if more people knew CPR, the more lives that could be saved. So be a hero. That's the slogan of the American Cross Foundation in trying to get people, recruiting people to take CPR training. Why are you waiting? You could be somebody's hero today. There are classes offered from the American Red Cross, with the American Heart Association, and even right here at Georgia Perimeter College. I have my certification. So what are you waiting for? Today, find a class, get certified, and save a life.